there, everybody. It's Robert Weichelt for another episode of Weichelt Wednesday with my good buddy, Richie Sorenson. Richie, how are you today?
Good, Robert. How are you doing?
Oh, doing fantastic. Let's get right into it. First of all, Happy New Year. A lot of things going on in the real estate market. But before we get started, Richie, why don't you tell the audience, who's Richie Sorenson?
So I always joke that I learned more at the dinner table than some loan officers will their entire career. Chris Sorenson, my father, is our senior vice president. I was pushing Hot Wheels in his office at a very young age, listening to him on the phone, getting deals done. So it's in my blood. That's how I got started. I was selling artificial turf, wasn't liking it, and I wanted to change. My dad told me, wear a tie, I'll get you an interview, and the rest is history. And over the last 3, 4 years, I've amassed 265-star reviews from raving fans, and I pride myself on being a top producer at PRMG, the 13th largest privately held lender in America. So that's a little bit of a brief synopsis of how I got into it.
Impressive stats. I too come from my mother, a realtor. And so I was dropped off at an early age to her real estate office when I was like 10 years old. And when the babysitter just couldn't take all three boys, and my mom would get me dumped on her office porch there. So I was introduced to it early as well. And I think I had that same conversation, get on a tie and I'm going to get you an interview. And that's what happened. So fast forward, here we are. Let's talk about PRMRG real quick. Tell us a little bit about you at PRMRG.
So it's privately held, and everyone talks about culture. And I don't have the experience. I have not. The only place I've worked for is PRMG. But the culture really does come from the top down. Robert Holiday and Paul Rose are the founders who I've had the privilege of meeting. Really make it a family-oriented business, and they care about everyone, even when it comes down to the consumer. I spent some time in our compliance department, and complaints happen. I mean, it's inevitable when you're doing thousands of loans a month. It's going to happen, and they are involved. They'll tap me on the shoulder and ask me how a certain deal is going. That's how in the weeds they are. And I think, I don't know if it's like that with any other lenders. It may be, but that's why I love this company so much, is that they care. They care about the client, they care about our realtor partners, and that's a big piece of why I love working here.
I love it. You know what? I've known your father for a very, very long time. So I'm very, very impressed with all that he's done in his career. And I'm so impressed with you, a young man in the industry, but just really doing a great job. Let's talk about the realtor partners. Let's talk about some of the tools. Maybe pick two or three things that you really think the agent that's listening to this recording, what do you want to tell those agents?
What I want to tell them is, I think all too often, lenders or loan officers, we come to you guys with our hand out saying, hey, give me a deal, I'll give great service. That giving great service, is that should be expected. Where I get joy is we have so many tools at our disposal that are specifically designed to generate our referral partners leads. A big one is we give you a free seat at our CRM. You just plug in. It's like we talked about, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You plug in and play. It's very easy to turn on drip campaigns. We can't, when you upload contacts into that CRM, we monitor them. And when I say monitor them, if their credit improves, we reach out to them. If they decide to list with another agent, we reach out to them on your behalf and say, hey, just so you know, Robert's here in case you wanted to sell. If they, if they gain equity. So we're constantly monitoring your leads for you. That's another great tool. And I mean, I could talk about this for a while. Another one is a lot of social media. We give you a lot of social media templates. You could post to all platforms with a click of a button. So those are a few tools that we have where we're looking out for our referral partners.
I've looked under the hood. You have some amazing tools for agents to help them grow their business. Because at the end of the day, us agents, whether we're working with sellers, buyers, investors, or everything in between, we're always looking for an edge. We're always looking for tools to make our job easier to do more business. So I appreciate you jumping on. I recommend PRMG, Richie and his team, big time. My wife, Carla, runs the marketing and the pre-approval desk. And I tell you what, it's just an amazing relationship. I am so excited, and I can't wait to share with not only my agents, but every agent across America. And I tell you, Richie, I thank you so much for your time today. I'll go ahead and drop some information how you can get a hold of Richie in the this post. So, Richie, any closing comments you'd like to say to the realtor audience paying attention to this?
Absolutely. Yeah. In closing, I, I'm not in this for a commission check. I'm in this for a lifetime of commission checks. I have a young family that I'm going to be taking care of. I've got a wife, a daughter, another daughter on the way. So I'll be working till I'm 100. So I am in this to win this with you guys.
Yeah.
Allow me to help, put me to work. And I promise you, I will make you a raving fan.
You know what? You could not have said it better. You have a young family. I'll be doing this for 100 years. And you know what? With a young daughter, you certainly will, my friend. So, you know what, Richie? I appreciate you so much. Carla and I appreciate our relationship.
Likewise.
We encourage anybody that's watching this, if you're looking for a new lending relationship, give us a try. I tell you what, we do some good work. And Richie, like I said, I've known your dad for many, many years, and he is salt of the earth, quality mortgage man. And thank you for your time today, man. And I
Well,
look
I'll
forward to
tell you,
having.
Robert,
Thank
if I don't not just meet, but if I don't exceed your expectations, because you know my father, you give him their contact and they can tattletale and he'll put his boot up my rear.
He's already told me that's the case. He said, reach out to me if he doesn't do exactly what you want. And I tell you what, we've already worked together on a number of transactions. And I tell you, and I'm not just saying this, your follow-up, the way you address the questions and answer their questions has just been so stellar. You make us look good. And that's what agents really want, is somebody that can not only close a loan and do their actual job, but really make them look great in the eyes of their client. And you've done that, my friend. So thank you
Thank you.
so much. And let's have a great 2024, my friend.
Let's do it.